Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Katie, Greg.
Hi.
We missed last week's Lost in our blog of it because we were unfortunately in Mexico getting actually lost.
Yeah.
And but now we're back, and so happy to be back.
Reba.
So, yeah. So we watched the. I'm cleaning my computer as we talk, which is always a good thing. We watched the episode three technically because of 1, part, and 2, and so we're going to talk about that now.
Yes.
Right off the start, I want to make some substantive comments about Lost. Last time we felt like we didn't really...
We babbled a little bit.
We babbled.
It was our first one.
It was our first one, yeah. Maybe just didn't dig deep. And
we didn't get to the hard-hitting
We did not.
questions.
So, it also, it's Lost bashing's a bandwagon.
Hop on.
So... Well, we've been on for a while, but I also do like the show. Just for the record, I don't feel like I'm wasting my time.
No.
Like, I will say a couple of good things about Lost. I feel like it's the only show... It's remarkable that it's been able to make me feel and care about characters in multiple time frames at the same time.
I would agree with that.
Pretty amazing to do that. And plot-wise, I think it's probably, in my opinion, it is the most ambitious show ever on TV. I'll let you know for a fact after I watch every show ever on TV.
Please let me know about that.
So, yeah, it's a work in progress.
Yeah.
I'm going to need you to make some additions to your Netflix queue.
Okay.
So,
well, I agree with that about the plot. I think it doesn't work sometimes.
Right.
But it is very ambitious.
Yeah.
And keeps us interested, at least.
Right. But so, it's always easier to say bad things and more fun usually.
It is.
So, but we'll mix them in.
Yeah.
So we won't stay totally negative.
Right.
So, episode 2, hated it.
Did you?
Yes.
Tell me the reasons why you hated it.
Well, I felt like this pacing was all off. I thought at the beginning Jack was sort of talking for the audience, like Lost will do that periodically. It's almost as if the writers and executive producers say, all right, hey, listen, audience, we're going to throw you a bone. Like when Miles and Hurley had that discussion about time travel, or someone asked a character asked a question that we want to know. And for instance, Jack says, and I'm sure they just copy and paste this line into scripts at this point, who are you people?
Right.
And... so we were like, yes, we're gonna find out something about this kung fu master and these people and the others, or maybe they're not, whatever.
Right.
We didn't really learn anything.
Right. Quick aside.
Yeah.
What year is it right now?
I don't know. We don't know. I mean, after the bomb detonated, I don't think.
Bomb went off.
Yeah.
Things were fixed.
Yeah.
It worked, I guess.
Yeah.
But I was under the assumption that it was the 70s. But then Sawyer went back to the house. And things were messed up.
Right.
I couldn't figure out if the bomb did that, or if it was... Anyway.
I couldn't either. Yeah, no. Another thing is, I feel like they just threw character out the window with... P.S. warning, this might be longer now that we're actually talking about stuff.
What are you going to do?
But just threw character out the window, like... Sayid... Okay, we'll get more to the themes about this episode later. But Sayid wasn't sure if he should take this pill, and he says to Jack... Oh, Jack, do you just like just wide-eyed and like a kid would say to a dad, Jack, do you want me to take this pill?
I trust you.
Like, I trust you. This is a man who broke someone's neck with his ankles. Like, this guy is a badass. He doesn't need anybody to tell him. I mean, I understand he's broken at this point and he's been dead.
Right.
Probably being dead and then being undead is a jarring experience.
Absolutely.
But I didn't buy that, and I also didn't buy... Claire she was in a cab that got hijacked by Kate.
Right.
And then Kate decides, oh, you know what? I feel bad. I didn't give you a ride. You didn't get where you're going. She goes to pick her up. She goes to the house of the adoptive parents. And then she says to the person who hijacked her in a cab.
Kicked her out of the car.
Yeah. Will you come with me? Will you come to the door with me?
Right.
Yeah. I mean, no one would ever do that.
No,
and I know character's a loose thing on the show because the plot's so crazy.
Right.
But I just didn't buy that.
That brings me to my point of why I didn't necessarily like this episode as much, because no one asks the right questions on this show.
Yeah.
Oh, Sayid's infected? With what? With what is he infected?
Right.
The only questions people were asking, well, they said he's infected, but we have this pill. What's in the pill? That is not the question.
Yeah.
Disqualified.
No, Yeah.
That is not the right question. And the entire episode, you're waiting for this question to be answered about what is he infected with. We'll talk about that in a second about what the real answer was. But, Claire in the car. What were you wanted for murder for? Why are they chasing you? Nothing is being asked here at all to move the plot forward. It's a mind game.
Yeah, well, it's a plot device. I mean, and the thing is, the writer, they'll often cut away. We have to light the island on fire. Why?
Because
the island told me to, or because it's our destiny. Yeah. And like I get, destiny again, maybe playing in the themes of the entire series, but then when we cut back to that moment, that person who asked the question still has not learned anything.
Right. But also,
like for instance, Juliet speaks Latin. That may have come up, or hey, Juliet, tell us more about these people you've been living with for a decade or whatever.
Well, that's also just lazy writing. Yeah. Oh, you know Latin? I do!
Yeah, it turns out, surprise!
Well, also, these characters are just willingly or not willingly doing these things for no good reason. Oh, Sawyer left. We need him back.
Yeah.
I'll get him.
Yeah.
Why? Why do we need Sawyer back? Is the island going to explode if Sawyer's gone? Also, why is Kate just being like, I'll go on an adventure? Jen, I'll go too.
Yeah.
Jack, are you sure you want to go? By the way, I might love you again.
Right.
I don't care.
Well, I mean, Jen, they're going to say Jen's going because he wants to find his wife, but what makes him think his wife is going to be... Wouldn't you think these people who apparently know what's going on would know better how to get that?
Well, apparently the other people would just want to hang out at the temple and guard it from the smoke monster, who may or may not get into the heart of other people out in the jungle and turn them to darkness.
Right.
Come on. Continue.
Well, so I think this show sort of ostensibly was trying to be about redemption, and but I don't think it really was. Like, sort of leading towards that. Is Sayid redeemed? Is Sayid call it infected redemption? Mm-hmm. Is Sayid infected for a fact? Can he possibly be redeemed? Mm-hmm. Those people anyway. Because Sayid thinks he's a lost cause. Personally, or did think he was a lost cause. He's going to hell if there is a hell at all, mm-hmm. and he just wants it to be over. But another theme of the episode I thought was, and they could be intertwined in the writer's mind, is fault and mm-hmm. and whose fault. Like Jack thought Sayid getting shot was his fault. Maybe not. Kate thought that Juliet dying was her fault. It turns out it wasn't at all. So maybe none of this is either, maybe they can't do anything, nothing changes anything, whether you do or don't do something, or maybe, I don't know, none of this is their fault, anybody's fault.
Well, it's an issue, that is a good point about redemption, that's an excellent point. Also, I don't really understand it if, in fact, when we do learn at the end, the infection is... I guess the smoke monster getting into your heart. Once it reaches your heart, you're filled with darkness. Is that going to happen to Sayid?
Yeah.
Also, I guess they're insinuating that Claire is infected and she's out there because the guy said this happened to your sister. We see Claire later, but if it's an issue of redemption, what's she done? Yeah. I don't really understand why, and I'm hoping in this next episode they'll explain that or anything else. Yeah.
Well, and then the love triangle you mentioned. Yes. Well, there are like 9 at this point, I guess.
Right. But very interesting how things just randomly come up. They've had a lot of time to tell this story. A lot. Now, all of a sudden, this episode was about finding Claire. This was Kate saying, the reason I came back to the island was to find you, to help me find her. But now there's this weird love thing going on. Also, Jack and Kate, I know they had a hot thing going on when they returned to the island for those 3 years. Kid got in the way, whatever. Now they're back on the island, and there's like a little wink, wink, nudge, nudge thing going on. Then Kate runs off to find Sawyer. You think it's a love triangle there, and then he all of a sudden has this engagement ring that he's going to give to Juliet, throws it in the ocean. Now they're just going to have to go scuba diving and find this ring again.
You confuse me just reciting the facts from the episode.
I now all of a sudden don't care about it.
Yeah, I mean, and there was a big thing about Kate not wanting to tell Jack why she came back or because of Aaron, or anything about Aaron, like what happened to Aaron and why. Don't ask me about Aaron.
Yeah.
Like, if this is why, that's so stupid. Like,
well, yeah, this. I want to bring Claire back, so it's all for naught.
Right.
Really?
Yeah.
Now you want to do that? Why couldn't you have stayed with Aaron and just been a good mom to him?
It's also an option.
I don't really know.